So we have a major problem right now. And the reason we need to address this is because this right here may be the straw that breaks the camel's back. What we are now experiencing could actually put the US economy into turmoil and what experts are calling a potential recession in the near future. I want to address the job report this morning. Okay, it says job growth totals 114,000 in July, much less than expected as the unemployment rate rises to 4.3%. That's the worry. Unemployment is going up. At the same time, we are seeing less production. The United States isn't growing, but unemployment's going up. This is the concern that we are very close to a recession. All indicators are flashing red. That's just the beginning. So I want to address what's going on here, why the stock market is selling off, why many people are just in panic mode at this time, and what you should do moving forward. So I will address all this in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So should we be worried about a potential recession? Well, the answer is yes. And the reason for this is simple. Because of what happens during a recession. First off, the real GDP usually falls significantly. Okay? This could be 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, but GDP is going to fall. This is going to hurt us. Unemployment typically rises. The stock market usually sells off. Housing, this could potentially collapse. Businesses are going to go under, right? The government could go deeper into a debt, right? This is where we're at. The one thing that is somewhat uplifting is that, according to the Federal Reserve, they're going to most likely cut interest rates here very soon. Well, they're going to have to in order to support our economy. Interest rates have been too high, too long, and this is hurting millions and millions of people, but also businesses as well. Now, I want to get to some of the facts here. Okay. First off, job growth was at 114,000 in July, and who knows, this could be revised up or down in the near future. And unemployment rate, it rose from 4.1% back in June to 4.3% this month. Now, let's go over the key points here. First, non-farm payrolls grew by 114. It was before the downwardly revised 179,000 in June. Okay, it says the unemployment rate is at 4.3%. This is the highest since October 2021. This is actually triggering an economic rule on recessions. Now, what is that rule? Well, it's called the SAHM rule, or it's SAHM. I think you say it SAHM. But anyway, what is this rule? Well, this rule says a recession is likely if the unemployment rate increases by 0.5% from its low. Well, it's done that. It has triggered that warning, and that's a 3-month average for the unemployment rate as well. So again, that is something that has happened. It has been triggered, and that is the worry. Now, could it be nothing? Yes, but most likely it's triggering a recession. This is the first indication that we are into recession mode. Now, there has been a couple times where we saw this rule get triggered, but we didn't end up in a recession at that time. However, it happened a few months later. So just keep that in mind. Now, let's go back to some of the facts here. Who was hiring? Well, healthcare again led, adding 55,000 to payrolls. Other notable gainers included construction at 25,000, government at 17,000, and transportation and warehousing at 14,000. Okay. The interesting part is what happened with some of the technology jobs. Technology, that industry, lost jobs. This could be one of the reasons why Intel sold off today. This could be one of the reasons why Nvidia is selling off. they're concerned. But again, it's not just here in the United States. Yes, the fear of a U.S. recession, but it's rattling global markets as well. Europe, Asia, New York, all the markets are in panic mode. Again, that's not good news. But here's another thing that is not good news. One of the biggest companies in the world, Amazon, says Amazon shares slide on a revenue miss, disappointing guidance for third quarter. It says Amazon reported weaker than expected revenue for the second quarter and issued a disappointing forecast for the current period. It says Amazon's cloud business exceeded analyst estimates, but its advertising unit came up short. The stock is up 21% for the year to date as of Thursday's close. However, this is the issue. As of right now, we are down 11.55%. It's down $21 just today. That's Amazon stock. Again, Amazon stock is one of the bigger ones, but also Amazon is giving us insight as to how consumers are spending. If you're not buying anything from Amazon, chances are you're not buying much from Walmart and Target. Amazon's the big one. So if Amazon says people aren't in there spending, that's a concern, especially after Amazon just last month decided they were going to reduce the prices of over 4,000 products. That should have brought in a decent amount of money, but again, Amazon's a big company. Now, here's the reason why we need to be well aware of what's going on. If we do see that the U.S. ends up in a recession, which is, as of right now, it's likely because of our unemployment rate going up to 4.3%. The reason why this is concerning is because the only reason why businesses would go out there and hire more people is if we start spending more money. But we can't spend more money if we don't have the money. We also can't spend more money if all prices for everything else continue to go up. So we need prices to start to come down, which would mean we see deflation. I don't see deflation happening anytime soon. We are seeing disinflation in certain sectors, but not in all of them. Now, this is why I'm somewhat concerned though. And this is why I think this is a major problem. People have been talking about the economy's booming, everyone's doing just fine. We got money in savings, money in the stock market. This is where things could go from bad to worse, okay? And I bring it up because if Amazon is coming down at 11%, the problem right now is how many people are looking at their portfolios as savings, as an ATM machine that they can go to if something bad happens. Well, it's actually quite a few. According to a recent report, 2 out of every 5 people will look at their investments as an ATM machine. That they'll sell off all their stocks of Nvidia, sell off all their stocks of Amazon, and sell all their Bitcoin. They will sell everything in order to take that money and pay for a new transmission in their car, pay for new tires on their car, put a new furnace in their house. This is what people are willing to do. They've maxed out credit cards, and if you're one of those people, you probably understand that you max out your credit cards first. And then when things get really tough and you can't pay that credit card, you dip into your portfolio. You start selling some of your stocks and you take some of that money out. You take $250 out every single month so you can pay that credit card. That's where we're at. That's why this is concerning, is because, yes, you may sell some of your stocks to pull money out and pay off a debt, or not pay off, but pay a debt, monthly payment. What happens when you sell all that, or the value of your portfolio went from, let's say, $100,000 and it loses, $14,000 in a day? Are you going to start paying off your debt? Probably not. And people asked me this the other day. They said, so you want us to save more money and pay off more debt. How do you save more money at the same time as paying off debt? Well, you pay off what you can, and a little bit you put into savings. Okay? You should always put some money into savings. But here's why this is a problem. It's because when you decide, I can't afford to pay off my credit cards, I can't afford to pay that car loan, I can't afford it anymore, and then you stop making that payment, what's going to happen is you are then going to see people are going to just stick to saving and putting money aside, but what's going to happen is the banks, they're going to be hurting. And that's going to hurt the entire economy as well. So I will leave you with that. That is what we know as of today. Again, I just wanted to explain what's going on and why so many are worried about a potential recession here in the near future. So as we get more information on this, I promise I will bring you all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.